In this video, I wanted to talk to you today about direct primary care and some things I've been seeing that the bigger hospital organizations, the big corporations are starting to do. They're starting to catch on to this membership-based practice type of structure, and they're starting to roll out their own versions of it. Now, what that means is that it's going to get more competitive. There's going to be more sharks in the ocean now. That's going to make it harder to grow your practice. But I did want to show you something that you can do to stand out from the competition and not have to compete on price and not have to compete with these big corporations. The last thing you want to do is go head on with Goliath. Instead, we'll go over how you can thrive and even increase your pricing so that you're not going head to head with them. So we'll be covering that today. So to start off, direct primary care, it's an excellent business model. One of the problems I've seen though is that there's a big focus on affordable care, transparent pricing, faster access, better relationship with your doctor, discounted labs, discounted medications. And the problem with that approach is that it leads based off pricing, the affordable price. And the problem when you lead with that is that it only takes somebody that's willing to undercut your price to put you out of business. And we're starting to see that now. And I'm going to share my screen here to show you an exact specific example of a big corporation that's starting to do stuff like this. So any business that I've ever had or that I've been hired to come work with, when I see that they're leading with price, then that's a big red flag. Because when you lead with price, it's easy to compare you to everybody else. When you're leading with $80 a month, unlimited access, talk to your physician at any time, that type of verbiage, it just takes somebody to come and say, hey, $60 a month, and then 40, and then 30, and it's a race to the bottom. So you never want to get caught up in that game. And today I'm going to show you how you can create your blue ocean. DPC used to be a blue ocean. There weren't a lot of people doing it. But as it becomes more familiar and people start to learn about it, big corporations start to catch on, it's going to then become a red ocean full of sharks where it's competitive. And you don't want to be in that market. It's too expensive. It's hard to stand out. And ultimately, it's going to be harder for you to succeed. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about so you can see firsthand what I'm trying to share with you today. I'm going to share my screen. And I saw this ad on my newsfeed today on Facebook. And the website is talk, T-A-L-K, to Mira.com, Talktomira.com. And here's what they lead with. Local healthcare you can afford, serving the Houston area over, save $3,000 or more a year out of pocket, 60 seconds to sign up. So this is a big network. And, you know, they're leading with the save on healthcare approach. Here you can see, think Costco, but for healthcare. They have a bunch of locations throughout Houston. And they're leading with, hey, our monthly premium is anywhere from $25 to $60, which is super cheap. So if I own a DPC practice and I lead with, hey, great affordable care, $80 a month, I just put myself in their bucket. I'm now going to get compared to these type of people. And like we mentioned, it's a race to the bottom. Now they do charge co-pays for visits. And what I started digging a little bit, and basically what they've done is, I get the sense that this is more of a tech company, and you pay the membership fee, and then they have urgent cares within their network that then you have access to through this membership. So they don't own any clinics, they just send you off to these urgent cares. Which I know you could argue, DPC is different because you have a relationship with one physician. And that is true, but when it comes down to price, when you're leading with price, it's very easy. I'm not going to know that up front. I'm just going to see this ad, I'm going to see a good price, and I'm going to buy it. So this is just one example. Kelsey Siebold is doing also something very similar to this. They're targeting small business owners, but this is just the beginning of it. We're going to see this more and more. And if you own a DPC practice, it's just going to get tougher as these sharks start to swim in our waters and start making it competitive and take profits and make it harder for us to separate ourselves. So today, I wanted to share with you 3 easy steps that you can start doing today so that you don't have to compete with them. We don't want to compete. Competition, there's always going to be a loser. Instead, what we want to do, like I mentioned, is open our own blue ocean where nobody else is competing. And the very first step you need to do is decide on who you want to help and what results you're going to get them. What's the big promise of your practice? And this is very basic stuff. Basically, I'm saying pick your niche. Who are you helping? Because when you lead with who you help, price becomes irrelevant up front. We're leading with, hey, I help people with high blood pressure reduce their meds. I help moms stay healthy so that they can live longer, healthier lives. I help parents. Whoever it is you're helping, I help the elderly stay active, manage their high cholesterol. Go in very specific on who you help and what exactly you're helping them achieve. DPC also, they work with a lot of small business owners, so maybe taking that route. I help Houston small business owners save 30 or 40% per year on their healthcare expenses, or however you want to word that. So step 1, decide on who you want to help and lead with that. Forget about pricing for now. That really doesn't matter up front. First, we need to find a hook that's going to get our audience to pay attention. And when you're marketing to the masses, which is leading with pricing and just generic statements, primary care, affordable access, it doesn't cut. It's not as sharp as it is when somebody says, hey, are you a mom in Houston? And getting very specific on who you're helping. That's what's going to make your ads work better, your practice stand out. You are now worth talking about. People want to share because, oh my God, there's a practice in town that specifically helps people dealing with anxiety and depression, or helping men get healthy, or whatever that niche is that you decide to do. And it's not saying that you're not going to work or help anybody else. It's just saying that that's what we're leading with. That's who we are. That's what we stand for. And that's how we're going to help you reach this goal. One of the other kind of key benefits of leading this way is that people are going to stick around longer, because you're actively working with them to help them achieve this goal that takes a lot of work up front, but also takes a lot of continuity and follow up and putting systems in place and building a practice around them and how you help them. So that is step number 1. Step number 2 is building trust. Now, a lot of us assume that because we are in healthcare, people trust us. And you see it all the time. Nurses have been voted the most trusted profession in the past, 100 years, as well as doctors. And really, healthcare, we always assume, well, I have all these degrees and all these certificates. People should trust me, but they don't. There's been a lot, especially with COVID and the vaccines, a lot of mistrust generated. And it's now time for us to take the lead and proactively regain that trust within our communities. And one of the quickest ways that you can develop trust is by showing up. And the way we do that at scale within a community is with video content that you're creating that is for those that you help. So if you help people with diabetes, showing up for them, creating these type of videos just like I am right now, and showing them, hey, this is how I can help you. I know you're going through this. I know you don't like taking all these meds. Did you know that when you take these meds, there can be chronic effects on your kidneys and it can lead to all these problems? And educating them so that then as we repeatedly show up, they then eventually start to trust us. And that's going to be another way that you separate yourself, because you're not just focused on the price and bringing the price down so that people sign up. Instead, you're leading with education and creating that customer you want, giving them the information they need, but then also offering to get that one-on-one support or maybe even group type of sessions with you and all of your patients. So number 2 is building trust. The way we do that is by showing up. You can't do that one-on-one in person. So we need to use videos like this throughout our social media profiles that then we can use to educate and then attract patients and then convert them into our practice. And the other thing is to constantly improve our services. I see this a lot. I'm a DPC member, and sometimes I wish my practice did more. You know, they got me in the door, they're offering affordable care, and I love it when I get sick. But what about the 6, 7, 8 months that I'm healthy? There's nothing there. There's nothing keeping me in. And you kind of wonder, why are you paying for this if there's no communication? And we're just not used to paying for this. So it makes us question why. We're used to paying for the healthcare insurance, which I don't know how that's happened, where we pay thousands of dollars for that. But yet when it comes to DPC, we question our why. Why are we paying for this monthly membership? But part of me would think like, man, it'd be cool if, I'm a guy and I'm in my 30s. If the doc or the NP I was working with was producing content and keeping in touch and saying, hey, Juan, you're 35, maybe we should check this, and you're at risk for this, and here's some stuff you can do to get healthier. Whatever that is, finding ways to be proactive, because it's no longer the sick care model. It's no longer, hey, whenever you need me, come here. People aren't going to stick around for that. But if we take that proactive approach of refining our services, surveying our patients, seeing exactly what it is that they need to help them bridge that gap from where they are to where they want to be, and producing these services and educating and just constantly refining it so that we make it better, so that we increase the likelihood of them getting the result they want, then that's what's really going to help people stick around, building a community around it. And you can only do that, though, whenever you know who you're helping and what you're helping them accomplish. That's it for today's video. Let me know what your thoughts are. I've been thinking about this a lot. Anytime you see somebody lead with pricing, it's a red flag, because it's just a race to the bottom. Instead, when you focus on who you want to help and what you're going to help them accomplish, then it makes it super tough for people to compete with you, because nobody's willing to niche down like that. And it allows you to increase your prices, because there's an exact justification that I'm willing to pay your services for. So, all right, guys, I'm signing out. Let me know what you think of this video. Look forward to hearing your comments